under a centralized government. But majorly was that the power should be taken back. The people of Serere, the people of Katapi, people of Ududa, to determine and decide matters affecting their destiny. So when we meet here in Mbale, in Wash and Wills, the question is, are we really positively shaping our destiny? Because if what the minister mentioned and what we all hear outside is happening, then we are actually unshaping our destiny.
My district is one of them. Why? We have a budget which we already approved, which we are very sure that this is what is going to come. But now the warrant cannot match with the cash limits. So finance, we need to understand this very well. When we look at issues of these lower local governments which we have already put in place, I am happy that you are saying that you have already put them. But already this would have been even a very serious issue. Because already the Electoral Commission elected these people. They were sworn in, they were gazetted, Minister of Local Government also gazetted these sub-counties. But the challenge of facilitation of these councils has been a very big issue. To the extent that all the unconditional local grants which normally come to the district, districts have to surrender to ensure that at least you silence the councillors. But otherwise, the scenario here is very different. That's why you can see money for the what? The District Service Commission, which we should have even got now from unconditional grant, cannot even be facilitated fully because of these very serious what? Issues. You have correctly said that we have now equalization grants. But Mr. Secretary, I want you to understand that this is the head you are talking about, that the district have authority, flexibility to do it, has also its own guidelines. Cowards, true or false? Even is it true that there is a guideline, and in a guideline, there is nowhere they say use it for payment of the what? The District Service Commission. Which flexibility are we talking about? Let us be realistic when we are talking about some of these things. But I also want to call upon Minister of Finance. We need to have another detailed consultation with local governments as far as management of the local governments are concerned. There was one of the commissioners here, I think, one of the chairpersons in the last presentation, who said, during the time of Bidan Disali, when we came up with the decentralization, everybody from the center was running to come to the districts. Why? Because life at the districts was okay. Revenue was there. Now here is a situation where Kawa is managing a district of a local revenue amounting to 1% of the total collection. Even a cow to struggle to go to Kampala to do this various reports is a problem. I have a cow who sometimes I sympathize with. Because now sometimes even going to Kampala becomes a problem, because there is dates everywhere in the petrol station, because we are failed even to pay even just 3 million. It is not, we may think about it, but the cows know about it. And the worst part of it is that when these cows are not able, the first problem is you are talking about this. But our biggest problem between the chairman and the cow. The chairman and the cow are always being roasted in the council by councillors thinking that they are failing to facilitate them. Now it becomes a very serious issue. So I need, first of all, when the PS local government say, the issue of PA, the District Service Commission, let us just get money from the consolidated fund, put it straight away and say, this is for Service Commission. Let it be a conditional what? Grant, not discretionary, where we can now do the flexibility. Then the issues also of funding of local governments, it is also within the condition, the constitution. That is the role of the state, the central government, to ensure that the local governments which are put in place are supposed to be sustained very well. How are we sustaining them? And it's now the Minister of Finance. And the Minister of Finance is becoming now a very small king. They only listen to the president when the president gives the directive. Because I was watching on the ways of financing, how you come up with the budget, you say presidential directive. And I think of all, you have now gone only for that presidential directive. which you normally listen to. But anything to see, like you are talking us about this budget circular papers, we do the budgeting of budgeting, but we have planned it several times. And the funding has kept on dwindling here and there. Let me raise my case, I might lose the anger. I bless the Lord.
The issue of political influence is a very big temptation to resist. As a member of District Service Commission, he was talking this from point of experience of what he has seen from his members. He was not talking about maybe himself. But then, when we are put in these positions, whose interest are we supposed to serve? We are supposed to serve the interest of the public. Now, instead of serving the interest of the public, if you dance to the tune of the politicians, you are serving your own what? Interest. And that's why the challenge is, we should be able to serve the interest of the public. These issues of corruption in my own district, I went and came across an applicant of grade 3 teacher. The lady wanted to be put as a grade 3 teacher, but she told me they were asking for 700. This somebody who is just qualified. She has not earned any single salary, but in some situation you are saying 700. The job you are giving does not belong to you. This is a government job. The salary paid to this person does not belong to you, comes from what? From government. These are issues that should disturb our consciousness. Mine is an appeal that these engagements are necessary. Because for us as a committee, we saw that it was necessary to engage you, because when Public Service Commission appears before us, that please give us money. We ask them what money, you need money for which items. When we realized that it was very necessary to induct and talk to the District Service Commission members, the politicians, the technocrats, we started pushing government to allocate money for sensitization. And that's why I felt I should have been here, I should be here. So these engagements are to prepare our minds to ensure that we do the right things. And I want to appeal that when we go back, whatever we have had here should not only remain here. We should be able to go back and implement them.
You know, in the mind of the ordinary person, they should be aware, know that all the essential and basic services are provided by government. That is the government perception index.
But why are they not feeling it?
What happens now in some areas, particularly the rural areas, where these services don't go very far, then it is other people and other organizations, let's say NGOs and so, which fill that gap. And so when you ask people, you go there, you find that clinic belongs to a religious NGO. The other school where all the children go is also for a religious organization, or maybe even for a private person, so and so. Now, this road, which was very difficult, it was the priest who brought culverts. So all these services. Now, the ordinary person, well, he hears about government. But in terms of appreciating the services which help him, because once that small road, the swamp has been put, then this person who has been growing groundnuts can now carry the groundnuts to the nearest market. Or the buyers can now come and pay that person a good price. So in appreciation, is that person going to appreciate government, which is somewhere in Mbale? They hear there is a chairperson, there is a cow, there is a city something, RDC, and for years these people have never been seen. So for them, it is the local church which matters. It is this other boy, the daughter of the son of the soil, who stays in Kampala, who matters, not government. So that's the perception. That's what I mean. Now, in the new change, we are saying, okay, let's make a change. If it is a school, let the government build it or repair it. And the people know that it's government doing it. If it's a health center, then let the government put medicine and provide doctors or health workers there. And these workers serve the people, they treat the people whenever they go there. Then government will be felt. The headmaster of the school must be paid by government and the teachers. And they teach every day. Then government will be felt. You see? So this is what we mean. Or if there is a theft, some people have come from one region and stolen the cows. Then, you know, government, the police follows them, arrests some of them, recovers the cows. Then people say, oh yeah, government is there. You see? So that's what we every person in Uganda. And when you provide a service, you provide it unreservedly for the good. And when you will know that once you provide that service, there are going to be very positive results. And these results will be of benefit to us all, not just one small community. So that's what we mean, really. So we need to be patriotic, we need to love ourselves. We need now to look widely, open our outlook to cover the entire Uganda, not just our outlook to be limited to Masaba, or to the Jap community, or to Baganda. No. Yes, you are Muganda, you know, you are born in that community and so on, but you're also Ugandan. Okay? And when it comes to service, we serve the Uganda. That's what.
Your relatives have to suffer the consequences of what you have done. Yes, we can discuss about what happened to the girl, but this was not in the presence of the girl. These are colleagues that were laughing about it and said, this girl is going to pay for what the father did. And this is also what awaits all of us. If we do not utilize the opportunity that God has given us to serve his people in the right way, we will have excuses of our children not using our names. So it is a call and a wake-up call for all of us as civil servants, as people that are called in these positions. Power and the positions we yield today are not an end in itself, but just a means to an end. So the way we use it, history will judge us. Name and shame, yes, everything in the naming and shaming and investigations is done in accordance with the law. We don't want to have suits of defamation, so we are mindful of who we shame, of who we name, and at what point we do this. I like